Hello, my name is Mr. Parks. I'm the head of physics here at KESH Academy, and I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about the A-level physics course here at KESH, what the course entails and the kind of things you'll be looking at over the course of the 2 years of study. The first slide I've got here relates to the particle physics topic, one of the first topics we look at in year 12. This is actually a picture inside the Atlas detector at the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Geneva. And what this does is they'll smash together protons at high speed inside this device, and then they'll look at what that produces, look at the particles and the energy released when those particles smash together at high speed, and we'll look at what happens in those types of collisions as well. And not only will we look at protons, neutrons and electrons, but we'll also introduce you to a whole range of other particles as well. And in case you hadn't noticed, there is a little chap down there to give you some idea of the scale of this thing in Geneva. Okay, and a little bit more information on this. So here is a photo inside the tunnel. So the Large Hadron Collider is actually a huge underground electromagnet which fires these protons around at high speed. It's about 27 kilometers all the way around, and you can see it here on this map of Geneva. And what they'll do is they fire these protons around, accelerate them to really high speeds, close to the speed of light, and then they'll smash them together in one of these detectors here and see what kind of things might be produced. Okay, so this is not a real photograph. This is an artist's mock-up of what's called a space elevator, and this seems like a very fantastical idea, an elevator that might take us up into space. But in reality, it does offer a more cost-effective solution than currently we have in terms of getting up into space. But in order to make such a device, we'd need to have some pretty fantastic materials that would allow us to do this, to build something that was lightweight enough but could support enough tensile strength in order to carry people and vehicles up into space. So this would relate to the materials topic that we look at in year 12 as well. Right, so this is one of my favourite things to do in year 12. So one of the questions is, why are these streetlights orange? Why are streetlights orange? And the answer I usually give is because gherkins, that's why streetlights are orange. Streetlights are powered by gherkins, sort of. I shan't go any further with that at the moment. I do explain what this is about. This is a really interesting introduction into the ideas of quantum physics and the idea of light behaving as photons, as a particle rather than as a wave. But all is revealed at some point in year 12. So what is physics? Well, it's a study of matter and energy. The subject does entail quite a lot of maths, but these are the things you really need to be able to do. Have good, strong basis in algebra and formula manipulation, things like rearranging the kinetic energy equation there. You need to be able to work in standard form, so we deal with very, very big numbers and very, very small numbers here. That number you see there is the mass of a proton. A bit of trigonometry is useful. We do some trigonometry in year 12 in the mechanics topic, and then we do touch on logarithms briefly in year 13. It's always good to combine A-level physics with A-level maths because the mechanics topic does overlap, so it's something you get to look at twice and hopefully as a result get really good at. So we deliver the AQA A-level physics course. You'll receive 10 lessons a fortnight with 2 teachers, and that's likely to be me and Mr. Hafiz. There's regular practical work, including the 12 endorsed practicals we have to do over the course of the 2 years to make sure, and part of that is assessed, and that's to make sure that you guys are ready to go and work in a lab when you move on to university or elsewhere after KESH. It's a terminal exam. All of the content is examined at the end of year 13. And the practical is assessed via exam questions in those final exams. A bit on the content, so the AS topics we do particle physics, quantum phenomena and radiation, electricity, materials, mechanics and waves. And you can see what the paper structure is here. We've got 2 papers in the AS which are each an hour and a half long. And then in the full A-level there are 3 papers, the third paper of which assesses largely the practical skills But the topics that we study in the A-level in the second year are further mechanics, or periodic motion as it's sometimes called, thermal physics, fields and their consequences, which includes gravitational fields, electrical fields and magnetic fields, and capacitors, and nuclear physics. And then we also do one optional topic. That's the list that are available there, but we have been doing the astrophysics for the last few years, and we find that that's something that students really buy into and get really interested in. And that's it from me. If you do have any questions about the course at all, any more questions you want to ask, please drop me an email. My email's on screen there, sparks@keshacademy.com, or alternatively drop an email to Mr. Hafiz, mhafiz@keshacademy.com, and I hope to see you again in the future. Cheers.